When is a city actually two cities? When it is New Dunhaven, the Dusk City. The sprawling metropolis might seem like a single ever-growing urban area, but two cities occupy the space. The city inhabited by the law-abiding citizens of New Dunhaven, and the shadowy world of the criminal cartels that exist just under the surface of lawful society. New Dunhaven's size and the density of its population sustain thousands of stories taking place all at once. We see these same stories in our own world, careers on the rise, tragic falls from grace, political and religious strife, and fortunes being won and lost, all touching the lives of individuals and groups every moment of the day. That's more than enough to occupy the everyday lives of law-abiding citizens. But beyond the mundane news of the day, just out of sight and hidden by a veil of deception and cunning, lies a vast criminal underworld. This world within the world, this city within the city, consists of the right kind of people, those who blithely break the law for power and profit. Some of these criminals claim that the world of the law-abiding citizens of New Dunhaven presents a false image, a mask pulled over the seedy face of crime. Considerable evidence supports their view. Many seemingly legitimate businesses serve as facades for cartel organizations, and numerous supposedly upstanding citizens are actually agents of the cartels, living seemingly innocent public lives but secretly engaging in criminal deeds. The 8 cartels that abide by the arrangement form the backbone of this secret world's population. Where the law divides the city into districts, the cartels divide the city into claimed turf. Where law-abiding people depend on the crown to watch over them, the right kind of people turn to the Black Council and its agents. Where the lawful look over their shoulders for criminals, criminals constantly keep their eyes open for signs of the Blooded or the City Watch. Almost everything in the law-abiding world has a reflection in the criminal underworld, with the cartels at its center. Welcome to New Dunhaven. So, our story begins in the Commoners District of East Cliff County. New Dunhaven's made up of counties and baronies and duchies and whatnot, all these districts of various social classes. Commoners District is kind of like a, little town or sort of a kind of like a suburban area where, as the name implies, not terribly, rich. It's, mostly working class people live in these areas. You meet up on the second floor. You're invited to the second floor of the Mummers Run Inn in East Cliff County. You've been, as per the arrangement, whenever there's a broker who wants a job to be done, the cartels send a mix of their agents to fulfill it, with the unspoken agreement that they are allowed to operate, in any of the territories, as long as they don't screw up or get caught by the watch or anything. The 4 of you, all you know at the moment, other than where to meet and when, very, very early in the morning, is that you've been called up by a woman named Diane, just Diane. Who would be the first one to arrive?
I would like to be the first one to arrive.
Yes, your character, one...
Thaddeus J. Frost. Gravedigger.
I have a question. I have a quick question.
Yes.
Do we all know each other at the start of this, or are we all basically...
Considering this is the first time your group has been called together, no, you do not know each other. You may, unless, maybe, you and Lovenough's character might know each other because you're part of the same cartel. But generally, except for special circumstances, there's not a lot of overlap. You mostly stick to your own turfs. Anyway, so, Frost, is it?
Yes.
Care to describe your character and the entrance they make?
Okay. So, Frost he's rather pale. He's got dark rings under his eyes. Bored expression. He just walks in the room, makes a greeting, sits down.
So, Thaddeus J. Frost is part of the Gravediggers cartel.
Yes.
What's your take on the Gravediggers, since you picked out this cartel from the 6 available in the playtest materials? What drew you to the Gravediggers? At least for this particular character.
I suppose for this particular character, I think just the style of the clothing, probably.
Yeah, these are the Gravediggers are based in the city's, their mortuaries, crematoriums, churches, catacombs, cemeteries. So they're all about sort of the style of death, and plague doctor masks are a fairly popular ornament.
Yep.
So they definitely have a cool countenance to them, somewhat.
Yeah, I kind of liked the sickly appearance.
Yeah. So they are a intimidating group, but also somewhat long-standing and respected. Anyway, so your pale-countenanced thief in these this musty clothing, fancy out-of-style clothing, just walks up, nods, and sits down.
Yep, because he's gotten there a bit early, having heard the information from his friend.
You spot at the end, sort of nursing a drink, this woman dressed in all black, somewhat lightly armored, with a flintlock pistol, she holstered on one side at one hip, and a rapier on the other. And she's just nursing a drink, one of several, counting the empty glasses in front of her. And she has sort of dusky skin, and on closer inspection, she actually seems to be wearing an eye patch.
Mm-hmm.
And she barely acknowledges your presence.
I do the same.
Fair enough. Who wants to be the next to walk in?
I can walk in.
All right.
I want to be relatively early to make sure that I see everyone.
You're breaking up a bit.
Sorry. I mean, my character would want to be relatively early so that she can see everything as it goes down. You know?
Yeah.
So, let's see, my character, she's, so a tall young woman, walks in, barely out of her teens. She's, slightly dark skinned, dark hair, like black hair, but fairly short, about shoulder length maybe. She's wearing, regular casual circle attire, and she's fiddling with a piece from a game board.
Fiddling with what?
A piece from a game board. Like, does this wall have chess?
Oh, a chess piece, yeah.
Yeah, like a chess piece.
All right. And yours is Erin Kavanagh.
Pardon?
Your character's name is Erin Kavanagh.
Yeah. Erin Lynn Kavanagh.
All right.
Kavanagh. Oh, something like that.
And you are of the Circle Cartel.
That is correct.
And you are a Magus.
Yes.
Secretly, though. You kind of tend to keep that under wraps.
Yeah. Oh, the chess piece she's fiddling with is the key.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
All right. So you take your seat then?
I do.
All right. Who's next?
I might walk in.
All right. So, describe it.
Sorry. I haven't actually thought much about what he looks like. So, my character, walk in. Sorry, I'm actually having a little attack. This is my first.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. Don't worry. You are Felix Duncanovich Miller, a brawler of the Circle, sort of a street tough belonging to the Circle's cartel. You've got a saber strapped to your hip and brass knuckles in your pack, and you're marked with the sort of circular tattoos that are common to the Circle.
I think as he walks in, he would look around, sort of.
You don't seem to have the same features as the Vladovich features that you seem to be a native Dunhavenite, more cosmopolitan appearance, I'd say, I guess.
So, do I describe him, or do I just describe what he does?
I kind of tried to give you some backup on the description of the character. So, what does he do?
I think as he entered, he would look around, but not like conspicuously, just sort of automatically, sort of like a soldier's eyes, quickly appraising everyone, seeing if there's any weapons. And after that, he would see... What's Hawkflight's character?
Erin?
Yeah, I think if he
Pardon?
saw Erin, he would try and sit near her and just give her a nod. I think he'd recognize her, member of the circle.
Fair enough.
Which just leaves Mykin's character, doesn't it?
Yes,
I
it
would like that.
does. Yes, it does. So, let me see how I can set the scene here. In walks in this blonde guy, tall, kind of on towards the lean side of things, wearing a suit that looks particularly too tight on him. And he has a cane that he's clutching with such strength that it looks like it might actually break the thing. And he kind of just walks in with a forced smile on his face as he kind of just looks around and sits down at the counter before finally just letting it all, or just finally just sighing and just asking the bartender for a drink.
It's actually an open bar, so you can just pour yourself something. This floor of the inn has been cleared out, except for you guys.
Right. Then in that case, he pretty much just grabs the heaviest thing he can, just sets it down, grabs a small cup, and just starts nursing a drink.
Gideon Bashir, of
Yep.
very well dressed because you're of the family cartel, though you don't seem
Indeed.
to quite fit in your role.
No, I have my uncle to blame for that.
Some of the rest of you might actually know this guy as a high-ranking boss of the family. At least might have heard of this guy, Gideon.
Yeah.
You know, you've heard some tall tales about him, and his business and his loyal enforcers and whatnot.
Right.
Frost doesn't
I'll
much,
shoot him a door.
The circle is not terribly fond of the family, so
I'll conspicuously send him a dose.
Gideon
Frost
is
doesn't
going
know
to.
who he is.
Yeah, Gideon is too nervous to actually notice this. This is going to be fun.
Meanwhile, I seem calm and composed as I pour myself the sweetest drink from the bar.
all right. So the woman in black with the eye patch at the end of the bar finishes her latest drink, slams it on the counter, and pushes up off her stool, kind of wobbling a bit, looking at you guys, going, "So this is you're here for the job, right? Okay.
Please tell me that you're still sober enough to give it to us.
Oh, this is nothing. Okay." She goes over to the back of the bar so that she's sort of in the center of all of you, roughly sitting together, and points out towards the big grand window overlooking the street, and she says, "In this district, there is a little local museum, the Wigston Peculiarium and Museum, and it's a museum of Dunhavenite artifacts and books and whatnot. It's not a terribly popular property, but it sort of serves as a local community center for this district. It's a popular location."
Fair enough.
From behind the bar, she pulls out a picture, a photograph of a well-dressed man in front of a kind of run-down storefront, and slams it onto the counter. It says, "The Wigston Peculiarium and Museum was just acquired by Derek Vanitas of the up-and-coming House Vanitas. Very, very rich noble. Suspiciously rich noble. And he just acquired this little museum, and he's planning to flip it and either take or sell all of the artifacts inside."
How
Okay.
uncivic.
So you want us to steal them before he does?
Just a second. Gideon, you, East Cliff County, is one of the counties under control of the family. And this is starting to ring some bells for you. Even though you might be reluctant about this business, you still are aware of goings-on, because you're deep in it now. And you know that this, the family doesn't really like Derek Vanitas, but to a certain extent, it's commoner business, and, he's got the coin, and he's not actually antagonizing too many people, so they're kind of begrudgingly let him do his thing.
Yeah, so I get what you are saying, my friend here, but I'm not necessarily sure I can do anything about it.
If you were to work a job against this guy, the family wouldn't stop you. You'd be well within your rights.
Fair enough.
They would just keep whatever bribes have allowed him to work in this county.
Fair enough. So it's
they don't particularly care what happens to him.
Right. So it's basically just open season on him as far as they're concerned.
As long as you don't interfere with any family operations in this county, they don't.
Well, what's bad for them is bad for me. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Problem is, though, is that he's pretty legit. I'm not necessarily sure I can. Well, hold on.
Anyway, so here's the Diane. Pulls focus back to her, and says, "Here's what you need. Here's what I need from you. I need the deed to the Wigston Peculiarium and Museum.
Okay,
and any copies Derek might have made. I need you to find out if there are copies." And take them from him, if he has any. The original deed is the most important thing. But if he doesn't have any copies left to spring from nowhere, that will make what I want to do easier.
Okay. Fair enough.
And as an extra thing, if you can find any evidence that he acquired the museum through some irrefutable evidence of foul play, if you can find evidence of that, I will make sure there's a bonus for you of some kind.
All right.
Can we ask questions yet?
Yeah, you can ask the broker basic questions right now.
Diane, who owned this museum previously? Was it like a one man's passion project?
Yeah, it's it's named after its owner, Mr. Wigston.
Like a kindly old man beloved by the community?
Exactly.
Do you know where he is now, or we have to find that out?
He's currently living with some friends of the family. So he's not in any danger. He's just, had his life's work taken from him. If you uncover any plot to take him out of picture, I don't see why there would be, but
I just mean we him half to death. He doesn't tell us exactly what happened.
The information I have is the information he has, is that he's been bought out.
Remind me, where did you say this place was? I mean, the museum we're doing, not the handheld man's house.
It's just down the street from here.
Right. And an out-of-character question. Whose territory does this fall under?
Well, this is under the arrangement, so... but I mean, this area is nominally under family control.
Okay.
Quote unquote.
But that sort of the Undercity perspective. It's a commoner district, so there isn't a whole lot of city watchmen patrolling this area very often.
Okay.
Which should make our work pretty easy, or at least it should not really gain too much attention if they're not commonly just coming through here a lot. My question is where these deeds would actually be, or where the likelihood of these deeds and the copies would be.
Without a doubt, the original copy would have to be in the local land registry building.
Right. I'd like to think that he at least has a copy with him at all times, or at least at his place of residence.
So yes, either the copy
Maybe
is the copy or copies might be on his person, or at the museum, or at the Vanitas estate in that noble district.
Yeesh.
So it would be your job to find out which, if any of those places, might have a copy of the deed. And for that, you might ask around, or yeah.
Can I ask Diane, do you have the address of the Vanitas, their estate?
Yes, I can give you all those addresses just fine.
Thank you.
Do we have any maps of the place, of the places we're going, or no?
Unfortunately, that is.
I assume you could
Once
find maps.
upon a time, I could have gotten you that, but I no longer have the access.
Well, that shouldn't be too difficult on my end.
But priority 1 is to get the original deed from the land registry building. And to do that, and also to make sure if you can find the copies, you've got about 3 days. I'm pretty sure on the morning of the 4th day, he's going to have a buyer lined up, and he's going to flip that property and take all those local treasures with him.
What are the business hours of the registry?
Out of character, they're open during the day segments.
Okay.
Like most government buildings.
Right.
They
aren't
aren't open like 8 hours or 10 or 12 hours a day, but for
For the purposes of the game.
it's
you can go to
a
it.
government office.
I should
Yeah.
be able to get the original deed from the registry without too much of a problem.
Okay. So, just to make sure I get it straight. So, the mark that we're basically taking this from, he has the deed, and he's going to sell it to somebody else and just sell everything inside?
It seems like I imagine that there might be some that he'll
Keep, obviously.
and display at the Vanitas estate.
Alright. But for the most part, he's just looking to sell the thing for like a nice sidey ton profit for the most part.
Yes, that's his modus operandus.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that that's straight, or I got that straight.
Ian nods, hands over all the information that she's presented, and walks around the bar and towards the exit, the stairwell, and says, 3 days. Make it happen.
Right.
Yeah.
3 days. 3 days.
And now, for free, and this doesn't count as one of your day segments, you have 15 minutes to discuss your plan for either the main heists themselves, or your legwork, your information gathering, or recruiting allies, or whatever trying to put the plan together. You have 15 minutes. Let me actually set up the timer real quick, so you've got a few extra seconds.
Well, first of all, I think who goes first?
Well, as
I
I
think what
said,
we
I
need
should be
Oh god.
Okay.
I should be able to get the original deed from the registry without too much of a problem. I can just break in at night in case the joint find the deed and get out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if needed be, I can actually pose as a potential buyer, so to speak, for the inn as well, trying to shove as many people out of the way as possible to make the process more difficult.
Right.
I think we should go meet the kindly old man and just try to get him to confess what happened. I assume there's something shady going on.
Time starting now, 15 minutes. And for those of you listening to the podcast at home, it might not be 15 minutes because I'll truncate silences.
So,
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead,
I can
Hawkflight.
check out the museum and take a look around, see if there are any particular vulnerabilities of their security.
Do we think one of the deeds might be at the museum? I think we didn't have to hit that.
The thing is, though, is that we don't actually know where it is. My suspicions is that it's either on his person, down at the deed place, or in his estate. And he might, just to go over and throw us off, he might have one at the museum there in one of the offices. Just a copy. I don't expect him to have the real thing there. but just a copy there just in case something
You were told
happens.
that the real thing will definitely, the original copy will be at the land registry office.
Out of-
Lovenought
But
is,
you should be able to get it.
Out of character, didn't the guy say that he wanted some diamonds from the place though, or did I mishear?
The
The
guy that
noble is going to take a few when he sells the building. Our client doesn't want anything.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
client just wants us to take the deeds away from him so he can't do what he's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Wait, did the client
Okay.
want us to give the deeds to them, to Diane, or did she just want us
yeah,
to
to
take them from
Diana.
him?
Just
The-
Diane.
the- yeah, all the deeds
She
go to
wants
Diana.
them for herself? Okay.
Yes, and it sounds super shady, but
She'll probably do the exact same thing.
yeah.
Not our problem.
Eh,
Anyway, look, he's a noble, right? He might have a private bank, like a bank safe box or something. Right.
you're not suggesting that we rob the guy while we're taking this in away from him, are you?
A safe deposit
I'll be
box?
fine with that.
That's an
Yeah, like,
interesting
we just-
idea.
He might
Could
have
take
a...
some donations for the church or funeral parlor.
Well, maybe
no,
we
I
need to
just-
get more information on this guy as well.
I don't want to rob a bank. I'm just thinking we've got to think about that possibility.
Yeah, that is
If
true,
that
I
is
guess.
true, I don't know what we'll do.
Right now we just need to get as much information as possible, figure out which places we need to hit, and probably just not necessarily sure how I'll go about the whole entire misdirecting thing myself, but
What's the kindly old man's name again?
Mr. Wigston?
Mr. Wigston.
Okay, I could go and talk to him. I'm not very good at cat burglar or anything.
I'm not sure how the old man would feel about a brawler from the Circle Cartel coming to visit him for a kindly chat.
I just-
And the sad thing is that my first thought is immediately, I'll go with you, and then I had to backtrack that because
leave my
let's
sword
see, a
behind.
guy that looks like he's from the mafia with a guy that's basically this brawler dude. The guy's going to think he's being extorted or something for protection money.
Well, I mean, we could do that too. But the primary objective will be getting information from him.
Oh, right. No. Alright, so basically, I think we've got something of an outline of a
So
plan
what
here.
you should do.
Actually, if you,
Sorry,
What
if I
we
may
should
interrupt.
do. Go ahead.
Something you should get cleared away before you finish this planning scene is to if the next segment's going to be a legwork scene. You should figure out a legwork scene for each member of the crew to lead.
I'd like to go talk to Mr. Wig.
Yeah, I'll let you lead that.
Is it
Anyone
going to
wanna
be
come
a
with?
day or night segment?
It's going to be the first day segment.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, I'll probably check the layout of the registry.
Alright. And we're not all just splitting up if we're lead of something, right? Like if Azure's leading something, I could still
Yeah,
go with
you can
him
still
and then
join.
lead my own thing. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is about
That-
the legwork scenes
Okay,
that
then.
you're taking charge on.
Anyone need Felix to back them up on their scene?
Nah, I imagine Frost would probably want to go alone, but he probably wouldn't refuse someone to come with him.
Given that it's basically government property or something,
Will this government building be
Or-
in the commoners district?
That particular building, because it's kind of central to a lot of commerce and land deals, it will be in a merchant's district.
I'm going.
I don't.
I've got a
I'm looking at
bonus.
conspicuous.
Yeah,
Probably not a good idea. They don't.
I'll go
have
with you.
around there.
I get 2 advantage points when I'm dealing with merchants. But
Right.
no, that's
I'm not
government.
really
so
planning on dealing with anyone.
Eh,
So
who knows?
It
I
may
might
help to have a
find something
distraction.
Yeah.
maybe, yeah.
Anyway, I said an idea. Mr. Wig, he just sold his museum, right? He's probably loaded.
You're
Yes,
not
of course.
thinking what I'm thinking you're thinking.
Easy money.
I imagine that the broker has some relation to Mr. Wiggs.
Well, that's her problem. She should have specified. She can't blame us.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Alright, so
Oh God, I'm turning
far
into
away
Zenkai
from.
already.
Yeah, I'm going to stay away from that conversation or from that.
The
scene
idea
as
of this
much as
system is to
possible.
be, bad guys, but bad guys you can kind of root for, remember?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Leverage, Firefly, Ocean's 11.
Hmm.
I'm going Robin Hood here. We're stealing from the rich to give to the poor.
And
See, that's
we
one
don't
more
know
part of
about
the
that.
galaxy.
True.
Eight-
Anyway,
8 minutes,
we're-
30 seconds.
Yeah, we're kind of getting off point here. All right, so we know we've got to go to the registry. Hawkflight's going over to the museum, so take lead there. Old man, Mr. Wiggins, Lovenought will take
Wigston.
care. Wigston, excuse me. I'm going to get names screwed up here, so
I've got a sticky note.
I really should have written notes when everyone was being introduced. Oh well. So you're going there. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do. I'll probably just go to the estate, figure something out there. I'll just I'll pose as some kind of potential buyer and something like that. See if I can't find something out from our Mark there as well, whose name keeps escaping me. All right, screw this. I'm opening up a little thing and keeping notes of who's who.
It's the Vanitas is the family. I don't know what the man's individual name is.
Derek.
Derek Vanita.
Okay, well, we're still on the clock. Anything else? So who's going to go with who? I'll go to Mr. Wigston,
can-
and someone's coming with me. It'll be in a common
I can-
district.
I can go.
Okay, me and Wigston.
Yep, and I'll go ahead with Azure over to the place, stop by there, figure out what to do there, and then I'll head over to the estate afterwards.
Yeah, time can be a little bit abstracted here, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. I will probably tag along with Hawkflight to the museum as well.
Well, just remember that if you are part of a scene in a location where you're conspicuous, that's going to add some heat.
If it's still in the Commoners District, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Only conspicuous.
None of you are conspicuous in a commerce. Almost no one is conspicuous in a commoner's district, at least from the cartels that we have so far.
Yeah. Which is good news for us. Yay.
Yeah, so your target is in a neutral zone. Just everything around it is not.
Yeah.
So what district is the museum still in the Commoner District?
Yeah, it's in East Cliff County. The
Yeah, it shouldn't be much of a
Land Registry building is in a merchant district, and the Vanitas estate is in a noble district.
All right. So going to the Benita Estate probably not a good idea for me.
Probably not. I think I'm the only one that can walk in there and actually look like he belongs.
5 minutes 30 seconds.
Okay.
I don't know what else we need.
You can end early if you're confident.
Do we plan in advance for what we do after, maybe? Save some time on the next planning session?
Yeah, I'm planning on breaking into the registry in the next night session and taking the document.
I was just thinking I'd go in and back up on anyone who does something heavy, like breaking in.
Yeah,
Alright.
I
I think I
probably do
can
that
lead any
alone.
other
But-
sins.
Yeah, but we'll get to that point where
Probably
we get to the night
prefer
one.
to do stealth and just sneak past anyone that might be there.
Well, I could always hang around on the outside when the heist is going.
I suppose.
Maybe try to draw off any first responders.
First responders.
I mean, like guards and stuff.
Yeah, I know. All right. I don't think we have really anything else. So
All right. So to recap, the legwork scenes you're planning are Mykin, aka Gideon. You're planning on visiting the Vanitas estate and posing yourself as a potential buyer.
correct.
Lovenought, aka Felix. You're planning on visiting Mr. Wigston.
Yeah.
Hawkflight, aka Erin. What legwork scene were you planning on?
The museum itself.
Oh yeah, you're gonna look around the museum itself, yeah. And Azure, aka Frost, you're going to maybe case and you're gonna case the Land Registry building.
Yep.
Okay, then I will stop the timer for the planning because that's over.
All right.
So at the beginning of, and I'm just going to write this down in real life on my end. Start at the start of the day segment, you generate 4 heat because there are 4 of you. All right. Anyone in particular want to, in terms of like information gathering or whatever, want to start their legwork scene first?
I don't think it matters, does it?
It does. Just we play one scene at a time. So
Yeah.
Let's go with the old man first.
All right, Lovenought scene.
Wigston.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyone going with you there?
Hawkflight is
I am.
Okay, so two members of the circle.
I specify I
Okay.
will not take my sword. Brass knuckles are there, but sort of in pockets. Trying to look as unintimidating as possible, which isn't very... Can't get rid of my knuckles.
So all of you, on the second page of your specialty sheet, there's sort of a quick rules reference. And for legwork, basically for the person taking the lead on the scene, I need you to describe the scene, describing specifically one thing you want to get out of the scene, so, piece of information, some asset or resource, someone's aid, so on. The place you're going to get it, describe how you're going to get it, and who you're to interact with to get what you want.
And what can go wrong?
I tell you what the complications might be.
Okay. Well, I think it's pretty obvious here, but yeah, I want to go visit Mr. Wigston and get him to tell us anything incriminating about any shady business he did to get that, to convince Mr. Wigston to sell. Preferably something like blackmail.
All right.
And I'm just gonna talk to him, hopefully. Appeal to his resentment to the nobles.
All right. I'm going to say that the main complication there is that when you go to the address where Mr. Wigston is staying, he sees a couple of circle, cartel people.
I pull up my
one-
jacket
one-
to show there's no sword.
Let me finish. One street tough looking person and one sort of young but intimidating looking woman. And he gets nervous and does not wish to talk to you. Either he shuts the door on you or just clams up and, refuses to talk to you. So, I'm going to say that's the complication. How do you want to tackle that?
I have an option here, although since I'm really new to this game, I'm not exactly sure how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
The Magus gives me an ability called Enchantment, which allows me to affect a person's minds or emotions.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So you want to use enchantment to affect Mr. Wigston's mind?
Yes.
Describe what effect you're going for.
I simply wish to playstate him. Let him know that we're his friends and that would mean him no harm.
Okay. So that would mean a roll of use sorcery with 4 challenge dice.
Wow, that's steep.
So that'll be 1d100, and then for rolls, because the challenge die is a d10 with 6 marked faces for drawbacks, we're using the success-based codes in rolls.org. So it'll be 1d100 and then 4d10 E5. E5 meaning anything above a 5 is a quote-unquote success, which in this case means a drawback.
Do I have any advantage dice?
I'm gonna say no, because this is a scared and distraught old man, and you two are genuinely not conspicuous, but still, for anyone who's aware of the criminal situation, still intimidating. And this old man's been in town for a long time.
Okay, let me just check code. 4 challenge dice, you said?
Yep.
So I have to roll below a 95 on my D100.
You have to your use sorcery skill is 90, so you have to roll 90 or below.
90 or below. Okay. 4 challenge dice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I just so I simply hold up my my chest this die and this do I need my to use my talisman?
Are you logged into rolls.org?
I am.
All right. Are you in the dice room? Spud DCO?
Yes. Yeah. I'm logged in there as Flutterdash.
All right.
Yeah. Are we in the right room? Because me and Hawkflight are in the same room, but I'm not seeing anyone else.
Is it capital S, capital D, capital C, capital O?
It's
a
no,
capital
so
zero.
guess
I
we're
see a
wrong room.
I see a capital zero.
Because that's what it looked like in the fact. So,
Yeah.
change room.
Dang. Even on Discord, the 0 and the O look similar.
I can see the test rolls you and
Okay, I'm in.
Mykin has put in.
Yeah.
I think Hawkflight might be in the
Yeah.
wrong room.
You three were all in the right room. We were in the wrong room because I put the room as DC 0.
Yeah, I put it. I put it in as DC0 as well.
Oh, it's DCO.
Yeah, that's
Dusk City Outlaws.
Yeah. You know, on reflection, that makes so much sense.
yeah. It's just that in the notepad it looks looks like a 0.
Well, at least we've got this
Yeah.
sorted out now with little
Yeah.
fuss.
Yep.
So, okay, so do I have to present my talisman cast enchantment, or is it just or
You
does it require a spell component?
I'm gonna say you don't have to like put the talisman in front of their face or anything. It can be as flashy or as stealthy as you want it to. But
Okay, cool.
but considering the drawbacks, like it could it could have unintended effects.
Okay. For the record, I don't know what the explicit requirements are for talismans, but I'm figuring that my talisman is my chest piece.
Yeah, if incorporate it into your outfit, sure, yeah.
I mean, because
Just roll, make the roll.
Okay. Okay.
It was 71,
Okay.
which is a success, and 1 drawback, which is all right. So, because the text of your benefit enchantment says you can suggest a cost or unintended consequence of the sorcery you used. So, do you have any suggestions for what the unintended consequence is with this 1 drawback?
Oh god, I can only think of one thing, but it's so mean.
What is it?
So the guy trusts me a little bit more, but he distrusts the other guy. Lovenought.
That's fine. I'll let
So,
you.
I will accept that consequence. So you use sorcery to influence his mind and emotions and cause him to think of you as trusted friends. You more so than your buddy over there. But he allows you inside and says, what do you wish to know?
Excuse me. God, I'm not sure how much I should say.
Sorry, yeah, sorry. I'll
I guess I don't really know how this works.
Yeah.
It's
I
have
was
to take the back seat.
sorry. I'll just fast forward through it. I'll just fast forward through it. He tells you about, how it went down. And he says it was the strangest thing. I would never have chosen to sell the store, that little museum, because the children, hang out there, and sometimes they're rowdy, but it doesn't bother me. It's a part of the district, but this man, Derek, he just showed up with a signed contract with my signature already on it, and I appealed to the city, but there was nothing I could do. Apparently it was already done, and I had no recollection of that, but no one believed me.
Can I ask a question? Or maybe whisper in Hawkflight's ear and get her to ask a question?
Sure.
Okay.
Are there any conspicuous gaps in his memory? Like, he doesn't remember a day, like, something to suggest he was drugged or charmed or something.
He
Worse than
does say, like, I did go out that evening, and I had a little to drink, but not enough. I didn't.
Do you know where you went? What bar?
Just down the. No, I didn't go down to the Mummer's Run. I went down to. I went to this to the barony up the way. What would be a good name for like a kind of mid-range bar in the city, you think?
I just wrote barony up the way.
Barony up the way. That's-
Out the way.
I have an out-of-character question.
Yeah.
Does this world have? Because I know in real life there are laws that state that contracts cannot be legally signed when under the influence. Does this world have any law like that?
You imagine there probably is, but it's also probable that whoever has been officiating this deal might be corrupt. These are sufficient circumstances that would make a court kind of look twice, but it just seems to have been already decided against this man very quickly.
This warrants an investigation. Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But then again, it's not your job to be detectives. There's the City Watch and, agents of the Crown for that.
If we have irrefutable evidence that he was drugged, that qualifies as what Diane wanted. Evidence that the contract was gotten illegally. If we can get, the lady there.
That is true.
A way to testify.
My thoughts exactly.
If you pursue that lead and it bears fruits, then yeah.
Perhaps steal the drug they used? Don't know.
You could suggest to him that he, go down to the City Watch office and ask to be tested.
Tested for what? Magic?
Any sort of
How long ago was this?
chemical.
Was it-
It was no, it would have been a few days prior. So no.
I don't think they'll do much. And we
No.
don't want the City Watch poking around at that bar if they do decide to get off their ass. We need to get the proof ourselves.
And then blackmail him.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't. The actual whatever. If you suspect he was drugged, or knocked out or whatever, you wouldn't. It wouldn't be enough to find the agent itself. You'd need a confession saying yes, we did that at that time.
And there's something I'm useful at.
Good.
Anyway, I think
Well,
I feel.
Heat from
Sorry, what?
Prue, do
Now
you
I'm just
think
wondering if I
extra
can just-
heat from extracting a confession forcibly to get that extra objective?
Well, if you beat up a noble or a city watchman, yeah, that'll bring some heat.
Yeah, but it might be worth it because we'll
But it-
have fulfilled that objective. And
It depends. It depends on who you find.
I think the scene is over.
Yeah.
We've got our next lead.
I'm
So-
beginning to wonder if I can just completely scrap my idea of going to the museum and go to this tavern instead.
You don't want to investigate the.
I still say go ahead and go to.
You can do two things in a day. You can follow someone in their scene and also do your own scene.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we can always look up on the bar thing at some other time as well. We do have 3 days to pull this all off.
This is
I
true, yeah.
also imagine that the bar is probably open at night,
Yeah,
since it's a bar at all.
indeed.
Good point. Oh, I would like to ask this guy if he remembers what time this memory lapse was.
It was 5 nights ago. The evening and the notice of sale was delivered to him first thing the next morning.
Okay, cool.
But he had no one to give him an alibi to back up his story. Plenty of character witnesses, but nothing for that actual night. No one seemed to be able to confirm he was there at that bar.
Well, if we get the bartender herself to testify that he was there, that'll be enough. Combined with the testimony of drug him.
All right. So I think that scene's out of gas.
Pretty much.
All right. Anyone not want to go next? The either Gideon or Erin or Frost.
I guess Gideon can go next. I go up cannot speak today. So basically my plan from my scene, and I don't know if anyone wants to come with me or not. Probably not. But I'm basically going up to the estate. I'm going to pose as a buyer, and I have kind of two objectives, which hopefully I can do at the same time. One is more or less kind of make sure that I figure out who might be interested in buying the place, while also kind of muddying the waters so that way we buy ourselves as much time as we can for this deal to go, or for our plan to go through. And two, if I can maybe kind of case the joint while I'm making this deal and offer, maybe somehow lead him to invite me to like tour his estate, maybe play up his ego so he shows me everything. Maybe then I might notice, or maybe get a hint on where a copy of the deed might be if there is one.
I'm gonna say,
if that's two things, then that's fine. I just only want to talk with him.
No. To get like to gain this sort of audience, this sort of favorite audience, where he invites you to his home, and shows you around, and you have a chat about the deal. You know, present yourself as a really affluent buyer. That will take some reliance on your family, business, and political connections, and that will cost you your current one influence, because that's not something you can really set up alone.
Yeah, and that's what I figure. What do you guys think? Should I do it?
I don't think any of us have enough experience with all this to be savvy.
Yeah.
No, it's influence, so it's...
Yeah, I just have the one. Go ahead.
Can you repeat what it is you're suggesting?
I'm basically trying to get a favorite audience with him so he shows me around his estate so I can basically talk to him.
Present himself as so rich that, you know, Derek can't help but get real chummy with him.
Exactly.
It might be worth it.
Yeah, I think I will spend my one influence on this, and
maybe you can get his schedule so that we can find out when he's alone and we can mug him for his deed.
Maybe. Or maybe just, you know, since we know about the bar thing, I could probably ask him about that, see where...
between legwork scenes, you can make sure that everyone, you share your information around.
Yeah.
Might not be a good idea to let him on about the whole thing that we know about the stuff.
Well, technically, I don't know about it either.
True, but yeah,
I'm just.
No, you've shared this information. You know about this now, Gideon.
Okay.
You know about the barony out the way.
I'll just figure out exactly all that kind of stuff that I've already described before. So how is this going to play out?
So I think that all checks out pretty well because you are a respected boss with significant assets, and the family knows how to make a businessman seem more than he is. So I'd say that your biggest problem in terms of getting to the meeting is that the noble districts are patrolled kind of by the City Watch has a bigger presence there, but not overtly. There's sort of plainclothes city watchmen around, and it may be in your best interest to avoid drawing their attention as you approach the estate, because you are still a member of the family.
Right.
And it would be bad if one of the city watchmen caught wind of a family member having a secret meeting with this member of a noble house.
Right. So I'm not going to be making a big deal about that then. It's just a friendly business deal. I'm planning on maybe buying.
He's going to be rolling out the red carpet for you, is the thing, since you spent this influence.
Right.
So you're
thinking about that.
You need to find a way to either sneak through the district or make your presence seem legitimate enough that at the very least the City Watch and the undercover City Watch doesn't pay much attention to you.
I don't know how I can make this legit. Okay, I'm hearing.
What if one of us comes along and acts like your lowly browbeaten servant or something, just like carrying your cape or something? Make you look more pretentious. No talking, just being there.
Great.
That would probably attract more attention, is the problem.
That's
But
the problem.
He wants to look like he's supposed to be there.
Yeah, but while I want to look legit and stuff. The problem is that the other guy, apparently I did my job a little too well.
I'll give you a couple suggestions.
Yes.
There are a couple skills that could apply here. There are City Watch checkpoints at the on the roads leading into the noble districts with City Watchmen there. And on your way in, you could either use convince someone, forge a document, or distract someone. Those 3 skills could apply in some way.
I would probably just convince someone because that's literally the highest of my skills.
All right, what would you want to convince them of?
Just convincing that this is just a typical little visit.
That you are who you say you are, and this is utterly routine?
Yes. Which shouldn't be a hard sell because I am who I am, and this is more or less typical routine for me. The whole buying the museum thing, it isn't, but I'm seeing it. This is just me going over and looking for new business ventures to expand into. This is nothing big. Don't pay me any mind.
Since you fit in pretty well with the sort of high class nature of the noble districts, you being a sort of well dressed businessman looking person yourself, I'll give you 1 advantage die. So roll to convince someone with 1 advantage.
Alright. So the advantage is the D8.
Yeah, D8 E5.
Okay, so 1d8 E5. Like that?
Like that. And that's
a success.
72 under 80. And you get and you got a
I got a success.
So yeah, what happens then is that you see him kind of you talk to him, state your business as you're coming up to the estate, and you see him kind of look towards like an alley in the shadows and sort of make a dismissive hand motion, sort of waving someone off, and he lets you through.
Perfect.
All right. And so you stroll on up, with your cane and up the grounds to this lavish, broad estate in the middle of this sprawling city, one of several in this district, with marble columns and all that jazz and sprawling gardens.
And all the while, Gideon is screaming on the inside and panicking like nobody's business. Please no, Gideon is a fish out of water here, and it's just no. Actually, scratch that. He's a fish in the middle of a desert. That's how out of his depth he is right here. But outside he's cool, calm, collect. Inside he's just a fettered.
I didn't choose the boss life. The boss life chose me. All right, so Benitez gives you, thanks to your family's, connections, presenting the offer for you, he gives you a warm reception. Just come in. I brought out the good wine. Come on, let's meet me out on the patio. Come on, let's talk about.
Thank you very much. I love what you did to the place. Everything is so rich.
I'm sorry, that just slayed me. Oh, of course it is. And he leads you, servants scurry by, and you notice that he has just like plastered in front of every wall, displays, fine arts. He's seems to be obsessed with collecting and having the most fineries, tapestries, all sorts of things. He's, in all honesty, he's kind of begging for someone to rob him.
Jeez. I will make a mental note of this for later. I'm pretty certain that someone in our group will want to hit this place, considering the fact that everyone basically loathes the guy. But outside's like, yes, I see that you too are a fine collector of things.
And what areas are you interested in, Mr. Bashir?
Mr. Bashir? Yes. I am.
That's Dr. Bashir.
Don't say Spanish.
I wish I was Dr. Bashir. No. I'll probably be more competent if I was Dr. Bashir. No, I'm really, really interested in, the more of the oil paintings myself. I especially really enjoy some of the paintings that I found in a little museum I found over in the common area, which I was actually here to talk to you about.
Yes, of course. That's the deal for the and he just sort of rolls his eyes and says, the Wigston Peculiarium and Museum. There's not much of a museum, but that painting, though, it's just original Dunhavenite. But artist with a very deep lineage, which I understand that you value very highly, that heritage of it. It's the crown jewel of that little hovel, and I almost want to keep it for myself. But for the price that you're offering, I think I'd just just barely might be willing to part with it.
Oh, really? Gideon says.
Is someone mowing a lawn outside?
No, tile.
No, that's just the bees.
They're pruning the hedges.
All right, so you've got him chatting with you. Is there a particular piece of information you want to go for while he's in a good mood?
Yes. So how did you manage to get that museum from that old man anyway? I've been trying for years, and he would never give it to me.
Oh, the commoners are so fiercely loyal to their district, the rivalries, and it's such a bore. But in my opinion, if they're not good stewards of that perfectly good property, then sometimes it must be rescued.
Indeed, I can understand that, even if I don't understand how you managed to do that.
Well, after a certain point, everyone sees reason. You just have to work hard enough.
Indeed. Yes, so I'm having a mind blank here. Yeah, so then, I'm assuming you've taken the precautions to make sure that, nobody else tries to take it from you.
Oh, no, I'm just fine in terms of ownership. The land rights have been fully transferred to me, and no one is in any position to dispute that.
Oh, really? That is interesting. I'm assuming that it's over, or the deed is over at the.
Yep, all registered with the Crown's registry and everything.
Okay, fair enough. That is definitely good. I know, of course, that could be a little bit fickle. You know how the employees over there, they tend to lose things all the time.
Oh, of course, but that's why you make copies, of course.
Oh, really now?
Oh, yes, don't you?
Yes, I do. I tend to keep mine on my person and in my house or estate under lock and key and stuff like that.
Yes, I take similar precautions myself.
Indeed.
Though I have so many properties that if I were to carry them, with me, I would need a servant to carry the armfuls of boxes. Can you imagine?
Yes, servants are so hard to come by, and they always get mixed up as well. Pretty much, I have to go ahead and make an entire list of where I want them to put all my stuff, and
see, that's the secret. That's no offense to you and your business. You've been very successful, but I handle that personally.
Oh, really? Do enlighten me, please.
Land rights are the keystone to any business in New Dunhaven. It's how my house has risen to power. That and an appreciation for the finer arts.
Of course. Dang it, I sound so pretentious right now.
You're internally chafing a bit.
Internally, I'm just like, why am I here? I want to drink. Just please end this stupid thing now.
And he goes on and on about he personally handles personally handles his land rights affairs. Doesn't trust it, to very many people at all. At most, a lawyer and a trusted confidant. Though he doesn't give you specific names.
Gosh dang it, I was just about to ask that. Though maybe. Do I want to risk it? I'm half tempted to go ahead and just ask him, or try to see if I can't convince him to divulge that to me.
Well, you probably don't want to go at it directly.
Probably not. I so suck at this. Indeed. So he trusts it to his lawyer and to a confidant who I
mostly
yet.
Himself. Like the tone of how he said that was, at most he trusts like a few details to his personal
Right.
lawyer and whatnot. But mostly he is personally oversees that.
He personally oversees that.
He keeps that close to the chest, though not on his person.
Oh, so I'm assuming he has a chest then. No. And I'm assuming you keep this in a nice vault or something like that as well. Am I correct?
Oh, too obvious, honestly. I don't trust the banks. Oh,
No,
I trust
no,
I trust them as far as to keep a portion of my money, but
Indeed. So you don't keep any of. I may have to rethink that. So how do you keep these things safe anyway? I'm curious. One businessman to another.
secrecy and misdirection mostly.
It's
honestly in New Dunhaven. That's as I'm sure you know, that's how things must be done sometimes.
Indeed. I'm so not getting anywhere with this.
Well, he stands up and says, "I think that's all the time I have. You may see yourself out. I'm ready to finalize this deal in 2 days if you're ready."
2 days? I will go ahead and get my associates together, and we will get all that stuff in order. It was nice meeting you, Mr. Mr. Venica.
2 days from this moment, the museum will be yours.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Do have a good day.
Mm-hmm. You as well.
And Bashir walks out.
You've been allowed to see your own self out.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so I guess while I'm on my way out, I'm going to try to nonchalantly look around the place and see if I can find just a hint or something, just some room or something where he might have placed the deed or something equally important. But I'm not going to do it in a way that requires me to actually roll because my stats in that suck.
Alright, then without relying too much on skills, you do kind of duck down an unoccupied hallway, look in some of the rooms, and you do spot what seems to be a personal office way in the back of the estate. But that's as far as you get before someone comes in. Since you've decided not to take too many risks, you just get out of there after that.
Pretty much. Alright. So I at least got two of my stuff done.
And you've also cut down the time limit on this job by a day.
Ouch! I didn't realize that!
So,
Son of a...
Do we do a recap of what we learned after each scene, or do we come at the end of the day and all try
Well,
to
you can briefly, relay this to, confirm.
Yeah, so what are the salient pieces of information we gained?
He handles the storage and security of his land rights deals himself a lot. He doesn't trust very many people with it. And Gideon discovered a personal office. And right now, Derek is convinced that Gideon's going to buy the museum for an exorbitant price that he can't possibly afford.
Yep. I'm going to have to find some way to push that deal back. Because this is going to be fun.
Send a message to him saying that...
Oh, no, I plan on that. Yeah.
Alright, so that took a little bit longer than I liked, so let's just keep rolling along.
Okay.
Erin, you want to take yours?
Sorry, just a moment. I need a little more time.
Okay. So Azure,
Okay.
Thaddeus J. Frost, you're going to target the Land Registry building, the nearest one,
Yep.
which will most likely have the deed for the museum,
Mm-hmm.
the original copy.
And-
Look around, case the joint, see what the kind of security they have.
And I think I'll tag along as well.
So describe the one thing you want to get out of the scene, how you're going to get it, and who you might interact with.
I
If
am
necessary.
I'd like to find out the layout of the building. Maybe, if possible, find out where the deed is, but that might be a bit suspicious if I come looking for the deed and then the next day it's gone. So maybe not that. Might just wait until after closing hours for that. Or I could have Gideon do that.
Yeah.
That might work. And yeah, maybe see if they have any security that I might need to be wary of.
All right, so you head over to the Land Registry office. During you and Gideon head over to the Land Registry office. For whatever reason, a gravedigger and a family member aren't conspicuous in a merchant district.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All sorts, do commerce in the merchant districts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we tend not to ask any questions.
So you head into this this sort of squat little building.
Well, I think I'm gonna let Gideon go in first and search up the deed while I take a look around the building. Look at all the windows and possible entry points.
And just to make it less suspicious, I'm going in there to look up that deed and also just make up a whole bunch of other deeds that I know the family owns as well, just to look through them all.
Always a good plan.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like I'm just looking for that deed. I'm looking for a whole bunch of deeds just to sort through some stuff.
All right.
And that happens to be one of them.
So, Frost, do you intend to sort of sneak around while he's occupying the front desk or something? Or, going through the front and, I don't know.
Well, first, I'd take a look at the outside of the building, see any entry points from out there, and then just...
It's, mostly seems to be, just, a front entrance to the lobby, and then, a back door, and then, a couple windows, next to those doors. It's just a single floor.
What about the roof? Any entry points on the roof?
You'd have, I guess the complication there would be you'd have to climb up and, get up there without, anyone noticing.
See, I've got this thing called second story work, and they,
Alright, you have that benefit.
pretty good skill and sneak around.
Second story work, being...
You can find your way into any building in the city. You can enter any building without being seen or heard by way of any floor you choose in a manner in which you describe. You automatically succeed without rolling dice on any check you would make to pick a lock, climb, jump, tumble, or sneak around to do so, based on your description. Once inside the building, the judge may require you to make rolls to remain undetected.
There is, if you end up using that, there is a roof hatch. Though where in the building it ends up in is not immediately clear.
Right.
Seems to be towards the back.
After scouting the outside of the perimeter, I'll probably walk in the front door and just look around.
And Gideon, the problem you run into as you go into the front desk and ask about these properties, is that the land deeds are categorized by a very confusing number system that abstracts location, type of property, ownership, and all sorts of things into a, kind of like the Dewey Decimal System, but for land. And
You're
so you
kidding
need to know the specific number of the deed in order to be able to find it.
You're kidding me.
Yep.
Spud, clarification, can we in the sidelines make suggestions?
Limited suggestions. But yeah.
Maybe you could find someone in the building to help.
I mean, there's the bored-looking, government worker in the lobby.
Underpaid, probably.
Underpaid? Probably. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't convince him to help me to do this. Or help me find the deeds that I'm looking for. Gosh dang it.
So you're
Really?
You're gonna go for convince someone?
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can't convince him to help me. I mean, he is a government worker, so it shouldn't be too bad.
I'm gonna say roll to convince someone with 1 advantage and 1 challenge, because he is bored and underpaid, but he could also get in trouble if he, divulges or, allows someone to skip procedure.
Right. Right on the money. Or, is it? 1 second. No, I fail.
And
with a 90, I fail.
And you rolled a drawback as well.
Oh, whoops.
Push
You
your
gave
luck.
him a comically small bribe, like $5.
Give him a comically small bribe.
Oh, that's not
So I have to suggest what could possibly go wrong.
No, that's for me to decide what goes wrong. The thing where Erin got to describe what went wrong with the enchantment was a part of the enchantment benefit.
The enchantment stuff, right?
For me, I get to decide.
Out of all the times to roll a 90, and it had to be something very stupid like this.
Your conversation is overheard, and the lobby person's manager comes to the front.
Oh, son of...
And this very stern-looking older worker, and it's just like, "Is there a problem here, sir?"
Yes. See, I'm trying to look for a few deeds for a business deal that I'm having a few days from now, and I seem to have forgotten the numbers of the deeds. And I was wondering if I could get some help in looking them up.
Well, you can certainly apply for. If you don't have a copy of the copies yourself, or you've lost that information, you can go through a background check and apply for through form 131D to get back to you in a couple of weeks.
You see, but the deal is in a couple of days. Can't I just have you...
I'm sorry, but
Sir, just... If you could just do me this one favor, and I'll make it worth your while. I just really need to get this stuff done before the deal closes in a couple of days.
So, I might be a bit late in mentioning this, but there is pushing your luck, which might have been useful on that last roll.
Yeah.
There is.
Yes, there is.
That's basically spending your HPF.
Yep.
I'm
And
fine with
start out
that.
with 100.
Right, so you can push your luck in increments of 10, and 10 would bring you just down to 80, which would be a very close success.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so
I'll
you're down to 90 luck, and
luck.
but I'm still going to say that the drawback that happened is still the drawback that happened, except before he comes out, the worker's like, "Oh yeah, here, okay, fine, I'll just this once, I'll get you some of the numbers." And he kind of like teaching a child. He kind of like, okay, here's how the numbers work, and it's if you're in this district, it's from 100 to 137,
And also, if I need to, I do have an 80% for distract someone.
If you're in the same room, yes.
I did walk into the lobby, so.
You did? You chose to walk into the lobby? Oh.
Well, yeah, I was outside the building and then I came in after.
Sorry, I thought you ended up using a second story work, or were planning to.
No, I'm going to use that in the night section when I break in.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
For this, I'm just walking in the front door and looking around.
How do you plan to distract someone?
Well, I mean, it might not be necessary now, but the manager guy, maybe if he's
he comes in. He's like,
Yeah.
"What's going on here?" And the worker's like, "Oh,
Like,
just business as usual, boss."
if he was gonna cause problems, maybe intercept him. With, like,
He might cause problems if he.
questions about a thing.
He looks like he might cause problems if he looks too closely at what these two are doing. So if you want to try to roll to make something happen there.
Right.
Yeah.
The only issue I'm having with that is I'm not sure what sort of questions I would have to ask to do that, to get him distracted.
Well, you don't have distract someone as a skill, do you?
No, I do. It's 80%.
Oh, you do. Well then,
Yep.
just describe a general distraction.
Just ask him a whole bunch of
Yeah.
long-winded questions.
Just move up and intercept him and just start barraging him with questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this entire system is convoluted anyway, so I'm pretty certain they are used to by now they're used to frantic people going over and trying to understand the system.
Sure. Do you plan to do it in a frantic manner then? Just sort of be the disgruntled citizen?
Sure. Yeah, that works.
Or is that not really like in your wheelhouse?
I mean, it's not, but sometimes you gotta act.
Fair enough. All right, roll to distract someone with one advantage.
And I ask if coordinate works in this situation. Probably doesn't.
Think. Well, okay.
I have to be able to communicate with him, so.
Well, you can. You're in the same room.
I just occasionally I'll hear some kind of useful advice from the person, immediately shout over to the boss, say,
if you can try to help him with his distract someone task.
Yeah, well, I'm
Okay.
trying to.
Does coordinate help apply to your own help another task? You are a member of your crew. I may have to ask about that at some point.
Yeah, it's
But-
like when a member of your crew helps another with a task while you're in the scene and able to communicate with them, add 2 advantage or dice to the roll instead of 1.
I actually don't think it applies to your own helping, but you can, if you can come up with a way to help him with his task, you can add another advantage die to the roll.
And that's more or less what I was thinking. I didn't think it would apply to me personally, but to him, if he gets 2, that would be nice. I'd probably just, shout out a couple of helpful things, quote unquote helpful things that I've just learned from the employee over to him to go over and answer whatever questions I overhear.
All right. Well,
Probably.
I rolled a 10 with no advantages.
Roll one more advantage die,
Okay.
because Gideon's helping you.
Oh, forgot the thing.
Yeah, it is a very annoying thing.
Nope.
No advantages, but you did succeed.
Yep, by a very large margin.
Not that the margins, not that this is a drama scene right now, but yes. So yeah, the manager is successfully distracted, and the worker can resume, sort of instructing you on how the system works. And you are able to, through what you know now about how the number system works for these deeds, you're able to sort of narrow down to a sort of narrow number range where the museum deed should be in the system, like between 20 or so.
Well, that works.
That probably helps me out quite a bit.
That should help when trying to locate the deed in the file system.
Mm-hmm.
And that should be that's all the complications taken care of in that scene, I think. So
Yeah. I can't think of anything else to do in that scene, so
Yeah.
we leave.
Erin, then you're checking out the museum.
That's it, yeah.
All right. What is the thing you're looking for from this legwork scene?
Excuse me. Information. specifically if any.
For future reference, I'm going to need more than just general information as a goal. I need.
Yeah, I'm continuing. I'm not done. Information. If there are any deeds here or any of the of our mission objectives. Is that too broad?
If the deed is here.
If there are any copies of the deed here, or if there are any security vulnerabilities that can be exploited. Is that? Oh wait, that's too existent.
I mean, that's casing the joint. So.
Okay.
And I'm coming with I can case the joint. It's one of my skills.
Should I come too?
I guess I'm looking to see if there's any. Actually, no. I somehow I didn't realize that casing the joint was a separate thing. So I'm just going to try to see if any of the copies of the deed are here.
Okay.
While you do that, I'll case the joint.
Pardon?
While you do that, I'll case the joint. Maybe.
Wait, is casing the joint an action that you take?
That is a skill.
Or is it a separate phase?
It is a skill.
It's a skill.
A skill.
Yes.
Not one that you have. For you, it would fall under. Yeah. For you, it would fall under anything else.
But for me, I have an 80% in it.
Okay. Well, while you case the joint, I'm going to look to see if any of the copies of the deed or any copies of the deed are stored here.
I doubt it, but.
Yeah. Question is asking questions is like talking with the people who work here. Does that count as casing the joint?
No, that's more gossiping, or that's just talking to people.
Gossip. I do have skills in gossip.
You have a skill in gossip with nobles, Erin.
Yes.
These are commoners that you'll be dealing with, so it's not like a challenging thing to just chat around with them while you're looking around. The museum is still for the moment a public place, though almost no one is visiting it right now.
Is it free entry or?
It's free entry right now.
What a cent.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's perfect. That can work with this. Okay. So, who's the other guy coming with me again?
That'd be me.
Frost, why don't you go ahead and make the roll to case the joint? Just a flat roll.
So the character's name is Frost. I've already forgotten.
Yep.
Yeah.
HJ Frost. By Frost. And that's an 83, which means I fail.
You can push your luck.
Yeah. I suppose I'll push my luck to make it a 73.
All right.
And go down to 90 luck.
You got plenty. You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going. So basically, the first step. So the first step I think we're going to do is we're just going to go into the museum and look around, get a feel for things. I'm not specifically chasing, but I'm just like going in and seeing, what's there because I haven't been here before.
Yeah, and while you're just sort of touring the public spaces, Frost is sort of walking around and checking out the very minor security. Seems that with the acquisition that Derek Vanitas has hired some basically the equivalent of Rent-A-Cop's private security to sort of guard like the offices and the exhibits. Not that there's a lot of them. It's like about 3 guys, not terribly well trained guys at that.
Unarmed?
They have batons.
So
basic bludgeoning, self-defense implements.
Right. So thinking about it, I probably should have cased the joint at the registry.
That's fine. We at least have the number.
Yep.
Right. So who else works here? I can see immediately.
Right now, it seems like the security guards basically have the run of the place. It used to be just, Mr. Wigston who ran the whole thing, and Derek's not around. So there's no one else on the actual payroll.
Okay, well, I guess I'm just going to walk up to one of the security guards and say, excuse me, is there anyone here who can provide information on this place or on the exhibits?
Why do you ask? Says the gruff-looking guard you've approached. It's not going to be around much longer.
Well, that's why I want to see these exhibits while they're still here.
Well, I'm not the person to ask, so shove off.
Okay, I wasn't asking if you knew any of the stuff, but that's the one. If there was anyone around who does.
I don't know. I'll ask Jerry. He looks over the railing. Hey, Jerry, you know anything about any of this crap? No, Bob. All right, Jerry doesn't know anything.
So there isn't actually anyone who works here.
We work here.
Third guard.
Okay, sorry. I should have been more specific. So there's no one here who works here who can talk about the exhibits on here.
No. That would have been Mr. Wigston's job, and now he's out of a job. This is a very small local museum with basically one guy operating it out of his home.
So
well, not his home, but like his building.
So you see that he's that he's no longer what is he selling the place or something?
Already sold. This belongs to House Benitez now.
Do you know what he's going to do with the place?
Sell it.
Sell it. Mercenary.
And this will probably become I don't know, cafe or something.
Shame. It's a nice place. Does he ever visit this place, or does he manage everything far?
Sorry, what was that?
Does he ever come here, or does he typically manage everything from far?
I mean, he's. Why are you asking all these questions?
I'm just curious,
I think you should go, ma'am.
Nothing.
Stab him.
No, don't stab him.
No, I'm going. You know what? I got a good skill, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to try to. I'm going to try to enchant this guy.
You're going to go for the risky enchantment again, huh?
Yep.
Might as well. All right.
Might as well. I got.
How do you want to affect his mind or emotions?
I want to make him more friendly, more pliable to share information.
You want him to trust you.
Yeah.
To be friendly to you. All right. Well, use sorcery with four challenge dice.
Oops. Let's see. Just want to make sure I've got the right code here. Should have 81 with one drawback.
How the heck do you keep squeezing under? Okay. So what should be an unintended consequence of your sorcery?
Gee, I honestly don't know. I don't really know enough about the system to
Well, then I'm going to make a suggestion.
Okay.
He likes you.
Oh, jeez.
He trusts you, and he's very friendly with you.
Okay, I can use this.
He's like, sure, what do you want to know?
Well, I'm just wondering if this guy ever comes around here, because he didn't see the place that
he was.
He
was here once or twice, honey. But he doesn't really hang out around here. He's not he came here to stare at the paintings and whatnot. But they're still technically a part of the exhibit, and there's stuff involved with that. So he doesn't really hang out here much. It's kind of boring, but paycheck's good. I'm a good provider.
That's good. You so you work here so do you and the guys work here often then?
Oh yeah. It's just we work on wherever Benitez tells us to go.
That's good. Always good to see fire employer,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So does he ever just, stick around downstairs or, go upstairs or...
Well, I mean, he went through that office, back there.
Oh, good to know. I mean, if you're into that kind of thing.
But,
Do you know if he's planning...
sorry, go.
Do you know if he's planning to, keep or sell any of the exhibits here, or...
He had his eye on this oil painting, for sure, but...
Which one?
That one over there. The Dunhaven one. The one that's of the city.
Can I make an art appreciation roll?
Art appreciation.
Probably that's a skill, actually.
Yeah, I got a appraise
Really?
skill.
Oh,
So I
wow.
can appraise it with a 65% chance of success.
She does not have appraise.
Yeah.
No,
So-
I don't have a phrase. I didn't think I...
But on the other hand, neither does
I-
he. So what you need to say is gibberish that he thinks sounds deep.
I kind of question the usefulness of this line of questioning.
Yeah.
Me too, but it's fun as heck.
Well, I'm thinking
Oh.
if we steal the
So-
painting, then Gideon wouldn't really have a reason to buy it anymore. So then that would cancel their deal there.
Or at the very least, he can't sell the place until he's gotten it back. So delay
I mean,
it.
is he...
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I don't want to cancel the deal outright. I just want to delay it as
Well,
much
if
as possible.
if stuff starts disappearing along with the deeds, then he's going to suspect that someone's trying to pull a con on him,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and he might react to that.
Mhm.
Okay, okay, well, I'm good. What was the guy's name that I was looking to? Did I ever get that?
Bob, I think.
And he has to say, you were asking about the office. Do you want to go and see it?
Sure thing. I'd love to.
Great. With a dopey smile on his face, he leads you, takes out the keys and opens the door to the office and leads you inside. It's just a mess of papers and books and whatnot. Doesn't seem to be any hidden compartments or anything that you can see.
I look around and say, it's a bit messy, isn't it?
Oh yeah, like it was, the old man's, and then it was, then he came through and just sort of looked for anything of value, but didn't find anything, so he's just like, whatever. It's someone else's problem to clean it up.
Do you think anyone would mind if I cleaned it up?
I mean, you could, but I can think of some better things we could do.
Jeez.
Perhaps, but, a messy room is such a turn-off, isn't it?
Sorry,
Or
I
is that
didn't
just me?
catch that. What?
I said, a messy room is such a turn-off, isn't it?
Ah, okay. And he just shrugs.
Wait right there. I'm just going to pick up a few of these things real quick. And I'm going to, I'd like to try to, I'd like to try to, look for, anything of important value, whether it be like a pocket or anything else, under the guise of picking up.
You don't need to roll for that. Just you don't find a copy of the deed. You don't find any hidden like safes or anything. It's just like letters and academic papers and books and
Sickeningly sweet fan mail.
receipts.
Receipts, receipts, you said?
For like acquisitions of some of the exhibit materials,
Interesting.
along with grocery stuff and whatnot. There's mostly in the trash.
Okay. Do anything, do any of them, pertain to the sale or acquisition of the, museum itself?
No, not here. It doesn't look like there's any recent business in any of the papers here. The guard who came with you is starting to get impatient.
Yeah, probably need to wrap this up.
Stab him.
Okay. I'm going
You
to,
do have brawl with someone as a skill.
Stop suggesting
I'm
that you stab
not
people.
using it. I'm going to, is there a window in this office?
Is there a what?
Is there a window in this office or a clock?
A window? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I look out. I look outside and say, "Oh, dear, it's so late already." Crap. Listen, honey, I gotta go. I have a very important. But you know what? I'll probably be back before the place closes. So
Sure. I'll see you tomorrow then. It's a date.
tomorrow, yeah, I'll see you then. Probably, maybe.
Great, thanks. Yeah.
We'll see. I say we'll see. And
Oh, don't be like that, he says as you walk away.
Oh, God, if Bob the guard becomes like a recurring character for like the next 20 episodes.
oh,
Oh, jeez. That would be hilarious.
it would also be technically speaking, it would also be that an advantage.
Yeah, it would be, ironically enough.
You'd have an
Actually,
easily manipulable card, so...
Yes.
I'm going full illusion on this.
So now you've got a guard who's smitten with you. Great. A private security guard.
Yeah.
All right, so that's...
So
yeah?
So I'm just going to look around for Frost and say, hey, have you seen anything you see?
You have not found any indication of a secret compartment anywhere, a safe or anything.
I'd like to look at the painting though.
Sure. What about it?
You praise it.
Oh,
Probably not any particularly good reason to, but I just kind of want to.
sure. Make an appraise something roll,
I got a 60, which is
which is a success.
good.
You are fairly certain that this would be worth quite a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm not going to name a specific amount because it doesn't matter.
All right.
Nope.
Well, I guess that's the end of the scene then.
And that's the end of the day of legwork.
End of the first day.
Yeah.
No. That's the day segment. Now there's the night segment to deal
Oh,
with.
yeah, right.
And there's
I'm going to walk out of the of the museum, and then sort of serious look into my face. I pull out the chess piece, look at it for a moment, think, and then just store it back away and walk away.
All right. So you all meet up, and you can either take this time to do some more planning, or jump straight into a new round of legwork, or
I'm going to
or start
a drama scene.
or actually like try to heist one of your targets. Go for a drama. Go for work.
I need a bit
I'm getting a
clarification.
heist.
What exactly is a heist? Is that only for trying to steal things?
That's for a task
Fight
that
scenes, chase scenes, moments of tension.
yeah
Those are
that's
scenes.
for when like there are obstacles that have luck or
Can we say what we want to do? Because I'm not sure if what I want to do is a legwork or a heist.
you can't like discuss it at length, so try to come to a quick decision or decide to take a planning scene.
I want to go to Barony up the way, and I was thinking I could make a distraction in the bar itself, and someone else could go around in the back, and then like the second floor, see if they can find any evidence of the drug being used or the magic or whatever.
That might not be a bad idea. I mean, I was going
That's one scene.
Yeah, I was going to try to go up there and just gossip with some criminals to try to see if I can't, maybe if one of them probably heard of what might have transpired 5 days ago that would have gotten the contract over, or maybe also try to find more information on, where more copies of the deeds might be. Though at this moment in time, I think really the only two places we know where the deeds are is at the government building and at the estate.
I just want to get this blackmail thing squared away because clean up the little things first.
Right.
And just focus entirely on getting those deeds.
Do you all want to like focus your efforts on the bar then?
No, I'm definitely gonna get the deed.
No, I didn't suggest that.
I'm definitely planning for.
Well, I can't really help Frost with his thing, so I guess I can go with the others over to the inn or to the bar. Excuse me.
Who's going to be doing the stealing up top, and who's going to be the bar brawl down bottom, or the drinking contest, or whatever we think?
I'm at stealing.
Okay. Hawkflight, do you want to be down?
All right. Well, if this is what you want to do, then decide on it.
Yeah, this is what
Yeah.
we're going to do.
So three of you are going to go to the
Two
bar, and one of
circle
you
people-
is going to try
Mykin will
and
be stealing.
Huh?
Mykin will be stealing. Me and Hawkflight
Wait,
will be in
what?
the bar distracted.
I said I wasn't going to steal. Why? I have no skills in stealing.
Hmm.
I can distract, yes, but
Oh, I thought you said you were going to go up top.
no. I said I'm not going to go up top.
Oh,
I'm a support character. I'm not a thief.
well, hopefully you won't have to if you're just looking when everyone's distracted.
All right. Let's just get going.
Okay, we go to the barony up the way, I guess, at night.
the three of you.
Seems like it.
While
If I can go there and also steal the deed in the same night session, then
Yeah.
there too. If I can only do one of them, then I'm going to go for the deed.
You can do both. There's enough time to do both, I think.
I mean, unless one of them turns into a drama scene.
Right. Which we won't let that happen, right, guys?
Wow.
Yeah.
Right, guys?
Oh, but I also get I get 4 more
Yeah.
heat.
No, that's what I was thinking. If it looks like it's just a normal bar brawl, it's not specifically related to anything, would it really generate heat? Like, it's just a bunch of circle thugs going into a bar in family territory and talking crap. Probably happens all the time.
I mean, causing serious property damage, bystander witnessing crew member overtly committing a crime, leaving behind significant evidence after a crime, committing a noisy crime and disturbing the peace.
Maybe just
Oh,
do
it's
a
not
drinking
noisy. It's not
contest.
fun.
Yeah, maybe just a drinking contest then.
Yeah.
I have that skill.
All right, no more discussion. What are you doing?
Okay,
We can.
we're going, I guess.
I'm going to go for the deed.
All right.
I'm going to, what's the term the youngins use these days? Get crunk?
No,
No,
it does not exist in this
No.
world. It will never exist in this world.
just no.
Oh, good. Thank God.
No, I'm just going to go ahead.
Also, you are one of the kids these days.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm not exactly.
I'm one of the kids these days. I don't really
I'm
use
sad
that kind of
now.
language either.
Anyway, I was just trying to make a joke.
Yeah,
I have no friends.
All right.
Okay, so we're going.
So,
So
Yeah, we're going.
I want to focus on Frost's mission first.
of course.
Okay.
So in the dead of night, you approach the land registry building. Occasionally, at the windows, you can see a light source pass by, which suggests there may be security inside the building.
Okay.
You have the number range that Gideon acquired.
Right.
You haven't seen much of the inside of the building, but it's not a very large building.
Yeah. I've just seen the lobby area. So I think I'm going to climb up to the roof and open the roof hatch and see where that leads.
You want to use second story work for that?
Yep.
All right, you're able to get to that undetected. You just climb
Yeah.
up with whatever superhuman skills you have.
Mm-hmm.
You
I'm
link-
not going to go in right away. I'm going to move the hatch or lift the hatch open and look inside first to see if there's anyone in the room below.
You see dimly, very, actually almost barely lit at all, hallway, and you don't hear any footsteps or see any light sources approaching.
Okay.
The hallway, has a few doors, one of which, is marked files, but
Okay.
the door
So-
is locked.
I can pick a lock. It's my highest skill at 90%.
Then pick a lock roll.
51.
All right. You pick the lock and head inside. Just before a guard rounds the corner, he doesn't notice anything.
Should I roll for sneak around?
Yes, you should, so that to determine whether you make any noise.
18.
Then you are perfectly fine. You track through these drawers and drawers and of files in all these wooden cabinets, all marked with the strange number system. But based on the range, you're able to narrow it down to a single drawer that has that range. But it is also padlocked.
Okay. Would that be crack a safe or pick a lock?
Just pick a lock. It's not like a combination safe or anything.
Okay.
It's actually, pretty lax.
24.
It's pretty lax security.
I'll say.
I got a 24.
All right. You pretty easily crack the lock open and pull out the drawer, search through the files, spot the number that you're talking about, and pretty soon you have in your hands the what looks like the original deed to the Wigston Peculiarium and Museum,
Okay.
signed to Derek Benitez.
All right.
So, what do you do after that?
I leave.
All
The
right.
same way I came in.
All right.
Stealthily, of course.
As you approach the door, you hear the handle rattle,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and it starts to open.
So does sneak around cover hide?
Yeah.
Okay. So should I roll that?
Yep.
28.
You're still just fine. He walks into the room, starts patrolling up and down the lines of cabinets. You sneak out behind him with deed in hand. He doesn't even notice the door not quite closing behind him. And you climb back up out the hatch and escape into the night.
Okay.
So he comes back before we go to the bar?
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of hours in the night that you can wait for him. You can wait for him to get back.
So,
Yeah, that seems like a...
Yeah.
So that would have Mr.
Yeah,
Wiggs' signature on it, right?
No, it no longer belongs to Mr. Wigston.
Yeah, it
Okay,
has.
see, what we can do is we can change the signature, signature.
Well,
although
Diane
that's
Diane
not
didn't
gonna
ask you.
What Diane
work. Probably
wanted.
not going to work.
Yeah, Diane didn't ask us
Well,
to change
okay.
the signature, just to give her
Yeah.
the deed along with all the other deeds.
Yeah, I'm just saying because Gideon has skills in forge a document,
I do.
if I remember correctly.
65.
Yeah, I was just thinking that if it had a signature, we could see if it was like messy or something. It was corruptible.
Right. We probably need to find the contract for that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, the transfer document.
Yeah, and the contract would probably be in his personal office, which I conveniently know where it is. Maybe. Alrighty, so
Fortunately, I'm conspicuous in that area.
I could probably sneak you in somehow.
So
Yeah.
the rest of you all come. So you wait for him to come back. He comes back with the deed. Like the shadowy thief that he is. And
Let's hope that nobody notices it's gone.
you look over it briefly. Talk about it, and then you all decide to head up to the barony up the way.
All of us, including
I guess. Yeah. I mean,
Individual?
it's
Yeah, I'll head along.
this was framed as a legwork section, so he's within his rights to tag along.
So who's leading this thing?
You're the one that suggested it.
Yeah, I
so
think
you'll
you're. I
lead.
think you're the one leading it. So I'm gonna need you to describe who you interact with and what you're looking for, and how you go about getting it.
And Mykin's staying out. I think Mykin would can you climb in through a window after all the commotion starts? I think notice you going up the stairs from the main bar.
How's your run,
Well,
jump, climb?
You should probably leave the thieving to me.
Yeah.
Okay, you can climb in.
Yes. He
What do you
Story
think the
work.
bar will have specifically that you want or need?
Oh, right. Evidence of the drugging that was used. He went there
And how do you imagine you'll get this evidence?
by someone rummaging through all the bar owner's stuff.
The bar? You think the bar owner's in on it?
Yeah, that's an assumption. It's wrong.
I'm just there to
Mm.
gossip with some criminals and try to figure out some information on seeing if anyone else might have noticed what was going on 5 days ago. That's my
Yeah.
thing.
I was just going to ask the bar.
Yeah, some people, we could all do different things. Like, I could make a distraction, you could talk to people, and you could sneak in. We don't all have to be part of
Yeah.
the distraction.
And even
Yeah.
if there's no evidence of anything, there might still be like a safe in the back or something.
I mean, because I figured that the bartender would might have possibly seen the guy in five nights ago. 5 nights ago, was it?
Yes.
Yeah. I figured that whoever the bartender is could be a witness. and thus pumped for information.
And I'll make sure that she doesn't go back up. I'm assuming this is like a 2-story building where the bar is down the bottom and the person lives up the top.
No, this is actually single story. It doesn't have a living quarters above it. It's actually got like a bit of a basement, actually.
Oh. Well, I'll just have to make sure he,
There.
the bar owner, who do we see?
It's a mustached man.
I'll give
Bald
the
and
instruction.
bald mutton chops mustache.
Okay, so I'll just start a drinking contest, and every time I think he looks like he's gonna look down into his living area, I'm gonna call him over for another beer or something, or make some other commotion. Does that work? Need to do anything else?
I'm not really getting a complete picture of what you guys are actually trying to do, and how it's going to help you guys.
Well,
We're
I wanna
trying to
put the
complete the secondary
bartender.
objective.
Yeah, what is that objective?
We have to find
It's to
conclusive
acquire
proof that
evidence
the deal
of
was bad.
illegal.
All right.
Yeah, it's to find evidence of illegal goings-ons in the acquirement of the deal.
So it's
Yeah,
probably
we
going to be
investigated him.
probably going to be more likely to find witnesses than any physical evidence.
Yeah, which is why I went to
Which
there
is-
to talk to somebody who might have been there to see if they have
And-
any.
Which
Yeah,
is
so
why
which is
they're
why
always
I-
sneaking around, but you
And
know,
whi-
I'm going to do it
And which
anyway.
is why I wanted to go there since we met the old man, so that we could talk to the bartender.
Yeah, it just seemed like this was the only lead Mr. Week gave us to follow up on his mini quest.
All right, but like, just find evidence is not quite enough for me to get a picture of what you're specifically trying
like
to do.
any kind of drugs anything that looks like drugs or magic paraphernalia, like anything that could be used to influence a mind.
I just want to see if the bartender saw anything.
I'll probably steal some cash.
To
Really? Really?
I mean, yeah, I'm a thief. Gotta get some donations for the funeral parlor somehow.
Also, because you two of you are starting this scene in a merchant district, I'm going to add 2 more heat on the pile.
Well, jeez. So that brings us like what, 10, 12?
I thought it
10.
was still in the
10.
Kavanagh district where the museum was.
No, it's
No.
outside that district.
Oh.
Yeah, which is
Is it still
more
under family control?
No.
Oh yeah, I forgot that I'm conspicuous in the French district.
Yep,
Well, maybe
Okay.
I can use that. Maybe I can use that in my
maybe. No, for
The
me,
bartender will certainly be trying to keep his eye on us, which will be good.
yeah. Jeez. All right, so I
All
guess
right, so
my
you
question
all
is-
enter the bar then?
Yes, we all enter the bar.
Yes.
As
Uh,
Sneak in through the back.
Maybe we should enter like a bit apart, because
Frost decides to try and go through the back.
Well, I mean, I'm not going in there to do anything legal,
Yeah.
yeah,
so probably best I don't get seen.
Well, your second story work still applies, so you can get inside, certainly.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So while he's back there, what are the 3 of you up front are doing?
well,
I'm going up to the bar to see the bartender and get a drink.
All right, you get a drink.
Something sweet like a rum or this world's version of an Irish whiskey.
You can get that.
Or that chocolate whiskey thing.
yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go up to the bar and
And what?
And what?
order one.
Okay, you do that. We're kind
So-
of getting low on time here, so I want to.
Yeah, I know. So basically,
yeah, I'm going to.
yeah. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to find some kind of shady people because I only have gossip with criminals. It's my thing. so.
It's nighttime. There's plenty of cartel people in here. You know, either
Fair
overtly
enough.
undercover.
So I'm going to go ahead and dig around, ask them, see if they had anyone that might have witnessed what might have happened between between Derek Veneri and the old man, just to see if anyone caught any kind of suspicious dealing whatsoever.
Gossip with criminals, it is.
Yep.
And
eh,
let's see. Nah, just do it straight up.
Straight up. Alrighty.
Oh,
And I succeed.
that was close.
Yeah, I have a 90, so
You talk with a few people, and a few of them do remember that the old man was in here a few nights ago. You know, said he got completely just wasted out of his seat and was dragged out by his friends.
So, wait. He got completely wasted, dragged out by his friends. Where are his friends now?
Well, none of them know. That's what they saw. That's what it looked like to them.
Well, then that means that he was too wasted to even do anything.
Oh crap! I assumed that since he was such a virtuous seeming character, he would like actually get drunk. You'd have to have his drink spiked.
No.
It's not like these guys were closely watching what he was drinking.
Yeah. So.
But there is someone who might know what he was drinking.
Well, that's what I just found out. And he apparently got so wasted that he got dragged away, which means that the whole entire thing about him being drugged and stuff, it's not going to hold up. Because it doesn't hold up that he signed the contract, but at the same time, though.
But someone might have slipped him a Mickey, and that might be why he got so drunk.
And then one of them kind of
Which is why
smack. Whoa! Give me a sec.
Wait.
One of them smacks the other on the shoulder and says, "You idiot! We weren't supposed to talk about that."
Oh, really now? And who doesn't want you talking about this?
None of your business, old man.
I am not old.
Young man, I don't know.
Come on. I can make it worth your while. Just tell me who doesn't really want any of this going around. We're all friends here, right? I'll order you another drink.
Not telling you anything, buddy. My buddy, the apparent ringleader of the little gang is just like, nah, we're done here. And he gets up, and his buddies reluctantly get up with him. You don't tell anyone we said anything, all right?
Just tell me who told you not to do it, and we'll see.
So we all get this knowledge?
Those of you who are in the bar can overhear this pretty easily.
So basically, it sounds like his buddies drugged him, not the bar itself.
Yeah, I'd like to ask the bartender, who are these guys?
Those guys?
Yeah.
I think they're from the Red Lotus.
Huh. They meet with,
Mr. Wig.
Did you happen to see them, maybe interacting with, hang on, ask her a question. What's the guy's name again? The guy who we're
Derek?
trying to,
Yeah,
old
Derek.
man.
the guy, the noble guy who's trying to take over the business.
Derek Vanitas.
Yes.
Derek Vanitas, okay. I'm going to ask the bartender if they may be like.
He gives you a hard.
Interact.
As you start to question him about all that, he gives you a hard look and says, "I don't know anything about that, and you should probably stop asking about that."
Also, be careful about the Red Lotus Society guys. They have guns.
Oh, yeah. They totally have guns. All right.
All right.
I guess this is a dead end.
These guys don't look armed. These guys look like
Also-
they're just regular bar goers.
They're also conspicuous in the merchant district.
You mind if I tried?
Okay.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, switch tactic and ask if this, if the bartender happens to remember the old man again.
I do not, he says.
Shame.
Not terribly convincingly
I
at
guess
that. He just seems to clam up all of a sudden.
God, if we had more time, I'd try to enchant this guy.
I can help. I can help
No,
you.
you have his magic, everything looks like.
It
So, like, if you want-
it might be a little bit more conspicuous in the middle of a crowded bar.
That's fair enough.
If you start waving your hands and then suddenly he starts acting a bit differently.
Yeah, it's like I could probably try to convince him to open up a little bit.
Okay.
How do you intend to do that?
I have no clue.
He's a merchant, right?
Yeah, he is.
Technically.
I just go ahead,
He
slide it.
is
Go ahead.
just enough
Yes,
for
he
that
is.
to count.
Oh, yes, and I actually get 2 advantage points on that. So I'm going to go up there and say, honey,
What skill do you want to use here?
I'm just going to. Yeah, that's right, because I could either intimidate him or convince him, and they're all equal. I think I'm going to intimidate him. Go ahead and just... Or, no.
If we want to do intimidation, I'm excellent at it.
I'm good at that, too.
But
I'm just
you're actually equally intimidating.
Yes, we are. So we could all pile up on him and just lean over and says, our dear friend, the old man, just, something bad happened to him. And if you are withdrawing information that might help us, figure out who did it, I could just say there might be some bad things that come your way. Just settle.
Can I do an assist on that?
Yeah, you
Just,
can.
pop up and stand nearby.
Yeah, that counts as helping. And because it's a different member of the crew other than the boss, you can add another challenge die to that. Well, can't take that call right now. If you coordinate this beforehand, just be like, hey, when I'm saying this, you come up and be all tough and stuff. You can use your coordinate on that.
Yes,
Oh.
I think I will.
So with the double help and the family advantage with merchants, roll intimidate someone with 4 advantage die.
Oh, that's nice.
With managed 1.
I managed 1 with 4 advantage dice. I managed 1.
You got 1 benefit. Okay.
That
But no
sucks.
disadvantages.
I mean, you weren't rolling challenge die. He is cowed
Right, so
by he realizes that you're, gets the idea that you're hiring a member of the family, and he just leans in and says, "Look, that guy, that Vanitas guy, he came in and showered money in here to make everyone shut up, make sure no one said he was here that night.
Oh, and why is that?
I guess because he didn't want anyone to know that he had been blacked out before that sale, I guess.
Interesting. Very interesting. Is
Yeah.
there any?
But that's and you didn't hear that from me, all right?
Oh no, definitely. I did not hear it from. But is there anything else that I didn't hear from you?
He did seem to get drunk really quickly, but I don't know who was with him.
Right.
I honestly don't remember. It was.
Do you remember what they ordered to drink?
I don't know enough about drinks to answer that. Out of character?
Look up a random name.
No,
Oh, okay. For a second, I thought that was in character.
I don't know about that.
Was it something heavy or something light? That's all
He's a
Yes.
virtuous old man. Probably ordered riches.
Yes, indeed. All right. I guess at that
Prune
point,
juice.
where-
He drank very lightly.
which considering
Which
the fact
one?
that
The old man or both?
The old man. The
yeah,
Okay, the old man. The old man. Okay. So that means so that seems to imply that Derek had something brought in something like a booth or something to
yeah.
spike the guy's drink.
All right. Well, anyway, I can't see us getting anything else from this scene, so I guess we'll have to go
Yes.
over to Azure, have him rob the guy blind, and then walk out.
Well,
Yeah,
not
that's what I
blind.
was thinking.
I'm not going to take all the money. Just a
That's
small
nice.
donation.
Anyway, newbie, would this extended interrogation of the bartender be enough to cover Thaddeus' robbery, or to provide more time?
It's just a quick in and out.
Yeah, it would be enough time. So, Frost, what are you trying to get there?
I'm just going to see if there's any safe in the back or something that might have some extra stored money that's not in the cash register.
There is a safe.
Okay. Should I roll to sneak around?
I'm gonna say you get lucky and there's no one guarding the door back there.
Okay. In that case, roll to crack the safe.
Because, the guard is, you went through the back entrance with your second story work and that went past some other security. So just roll to, crack a safe.
Alright. 93. I'm going to push my luck. So, well, actually, Nah, I'll just cut my losses and leave.
Well, why not? I mean, what's your
Well,
what's
I mean,
your
I have to.
lockpicking skill?
Well, my crack a safe is 80, so I need to push my luck twice.
Yeah, you'd need to spend 20.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
But you can still do if you're not planning on getting any fights.
Doesn't really. I mean, it's just some extra cash. Not really anything essential.
You can
Might as
still
well
rob
just
his.
leave.
The bartender's living room is down, right? His housing.
No, it's just his office and storage.
Oh.
He doesn't live in this building.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Alright. So
Steal
that's
all
it.
his pens.
Steal his pens. So that's it then. I guess that's the end of the day.
Yeah, without any other. Actually, well.
Oh.
I'm going to spend a little bit of heat.
Oh, jeez.
And the Red Lotus guys see you chatting up the bartender, and about 5 of these tough-looking guys.
Quick, ask for another chocolate whiskey.
What?
Kind of come up to you and sort of menacingly be like, "Hey,
I smile back.
Hey,
told you to drop it."
I'm dropping it.
I say, look, I just want a chocolate whiskey.
The bartender gets you a chocolate
Yeah, I'm
whiskey,
with her.
and he quickly
Thank you very much.
quickly places it on the table and like ducks away.
Didn't
Yeah.
even have to
So
Nice.
Gideon. Sorry.
I place the payment on the bar and drink it.
Yeah. So Gideon basically kind of picks up and says, "I think I'm done here," and tries to nonchalantly leave.
You guys should leave before the bar.
One of the toughs sort of puts a hand on your shoulder and pulls you back.
Do you know who I am?
I'm just going to casually sip my drink. No, wait, oh my god, I want to say something, but that would be a very bad idea.
It probably is, but Gideon's already in over his head,
Okay.
so
These guys look drunk, and one of them says, "You're just some rich family jackass."
When the guy says, "Do you know who I am?" I say, "No, why? Did you forget?"
No, that was Gideon saying that.
yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah, I said that. Well then,
Okay, I say it urgently to Gideon.
When the Red Lotus bug says, "You're just a," what do you say? Family.
Rich family jackass.
Felix will step up and say, "Yes, he is, but he's with me."
That's so, and then he tries to throw a punch. A very drunken punch.
Do we have to roll anything for that?
just dodge.
I'm gonna roll a thing for that. He swings and misses. His fist just sails over your head.
Jeez, we're going to actually start a brawl here.
Lovenought, it's your
Should just
turn.
leave.
I'm not really familiar with how turns work in this, so...
You get an action.
Okay, Felix will reach into his pockets and get out his brass knuckles and equip them.
That's just part of your equipment. That's assumed. You can basically use a skill.
Yeah.
Equipping your brass knuckles is so minor. It doesn't. I'm not going to count that.
I have flurry of attacks. When you succeed against a squad of enemy.
You should intimidate them instead.
Oh, that sounds easy.
Well, or you could use. It's probably not possible to de-escalate. You could use, your skill / strike or stab someone 90%, namely strike.
Strike is blunt damage with the brass
Getting them to
knuckles.
leave is probably a better idea. Than
Yeah,
getting
I'll
into
do
a
that.
fist
And if
fight
I
with them.
succeed, I'll get to activate flurry of attacks and get rid of 2 of them instead of 1.
Mm-hmm. And have you been drinking much at all?
I think it's been mentioned.
I'm gonna give you one advantage die because they're drunk. They're way more drunk than you are.
Okay, what do I roll?
You roll to strike someone with one advantage.
Yeah, I mean, in the rolls.
I could
1d 100 and then 1d8 d5.
So, you mind if I ask if I could be mean and start encouraging him to get that bumped up from 1 to 2 advantage?
He's not helping
Yeah.
the task.
No.
No one's help.
1d...
I know. Go ahead.
1d8e5.
Mm-hmm. You use a semicolon to separate them. Or just do them on separate lines. But that is the correct code. You have to put the thing in front of the D100.
Yeah, so it's supposed to look like this.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Except for instead of 2d8, it's 1d8.
Yeah, it's just one.
Just have to edit this out.
No. You're not using coordinate on this.
No.
You already used the.
Yeah, there. He just rolled the 1d8.
Yeah, one.
I say we use the 1d8.
That's 12.
Yeah. Also,
Does it
Hawk.
succeed if you roll over or under?
You're
I'm
mic is
muting.
going crazy again.
I'm muting.
So is this a squad that he's attacking against?
Yeah, this is a
I assume
squad.
so, yeah.
Okay.
So you succeed if you
case-
roll under or above.
Under.
So, are we
Looks
using
like I succeeded.
are
Yep.
we using the D8 roll that got a boon or the one that didn't?
I'm gonna
'Cause
take
first
the
one
one.
got a boon.
I'm gonna take the one that got the boon.
In that case, then that's reduces the squad size by 4.
Yep. They just go pow, 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 pow. And 4 of them are now on the floor, and one of them is just sort of standing there like, what?
Did someone else roll an intimidate as their action to skedaddle?
I could. I think maybe. I don't know. You're rolling, Spud.
It kind of goes in, it's meant to go in kind of an order, but, let's say, Gideon or Erin. You can brawl with someone, Erin.
Yeah.
I'll
I'll give you the choice.
I'm going to work on. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the last guy.
Because I'm not brawling. I'm not getting anywhere near this.
Just roll straight up brawl with someone.
Oh, hang on, I'm getting feedback for myself.
That's weird.
Okay,
happens.
is anyone else hearing that?
No.
No
No,
one
sound
else is
fine.
hearing it. You're good.
Okay, this is annoying. Okay, I'm going to attack. Oh, somehow my Twitch got unmuted. That's it. Okay. I'm going to,
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
yeah, I'm going to, can I, push my luck with the, circle ability history of violence?
Well, you need to
To,
first. This isn't a enemy with any luck damage to deal with, and 2, you need to roll first before you can start pushing your luck.
yeah. No, but, history of, let's see, I can push my luck when brawling with slashing, stabbing, or striking someone. When you do, for every 10 luck you spend, you increase your chance of success by 20%.
Yeah, but you have
you
to
only
roll
need
first.
to push your luck if you fail.
Yeah,
If you succeed.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So please roll.
Okay. Do I'm guessing, no advantage or disadvantage dice.
No.
Okay.
You've also had some drinks, so
56.
you knock him down.
Yeah, I'm going to knock him down with the whiskey disorder.
All right. You just
Like I'm just going to knock him upside the head with the glass.
you just smash him with the glass, and
What was in the glass?
Chocolate whiskey.
Chocolate whiskey.
So the
I
good
was going to
stuff.
pour it over them as we left.
I'm just leaving. I'm
Yeah,
done.
you get to leave before the bartender comes back, so that you don't have to pay the bill.
Exactly. Yeah. No. Gideon just basically looks at the 5, straightens his suit, brushes off his shoulder, and then just leaves.
Felix will follow.
These little lives don't actually need anything from me, or don't need any words from me.
and Frost can get out of his own way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not sure what that accomplished at the end of the day.
Well, I can't win them all.
It accomplished very little, but we got some combat in. So
Yep. We know for sure that
I mean, it's about
Mr.
symmetry.
Winston was drugged, and that the noble more than likely did it himself, which means his hands are directly.
we also got an idea that the Red Lotus might be involved in this, might not be.
Well, no, they were just paid off.
Yeah, they were witnesses that were paid off.
Personally, we should probably drag one of them with us, tie him up, and then have him go over and spill the beans, but I
They're
doubt we're
still
going to
Red
get
Lotus.
anything.
They're still part of
Start a war.
they're still part of
Yeah.
the arrangement.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not saying we do it.
Bar brawls are tolerable.
Yeah. Alrighty then. So that was that. We don't really have anything else to do.
Like a free milkshake.
I am gonna add 4 more heat to basically make up what I lost because he committed some noisy crimes. But
It evens out in the end.
Yep.
Uh,
so I think since it's been about 3 hours, we're gonna, and that's the first day, which honestly I think took a little bit longer than I wanted this to go. We might have to
yeah.
think about picking up the pace.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I
But
think part of it came from the fact that we had no idea what the heck we were doing.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
for
I think we're all pretty green, especially me.
I am too, so I share some of that blame. But I think that's going to do it for this session of Dusk City Outlaws, and then we'll continue this in a part 2 of the little museum job.
Okay.
Yep. We still need to come up with a group name.
Yeah, I was thinking that. God damn it.
To be continued.
Well,
Mm.
thank you, stream, for attending this thing. Bye.
Have fun. Don't do crime in real life.
Bye.
Don't do crime. Jeez.
I should mention that I'm probably not going to be able to join in next week.
Well, this is not
It's a
going to be
monthly.
a weekly thing.
Yeah,
I think it's
I figured it
monthly.
wouldn't.
We'll figure that out, off stream.
But whenever the
So-
next session is.
Any
I
last
brought
minute
up
questions?
Yeah, where do we talk about team name?
In Discord, I think.
Cool.
I mean,
Sure.
I'll talk about it right now.
We'll talk.
We'll figure that out later.
I gotta end the podcast somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
See
bye.
ya.
Bye.
bye.
See you next time on Dusk City Outlaws.